Almost as tough for the parent as it is for the child. Earlier we spoke about how parents can help make education manageable and, most important, meaningful for their children. And we're continuing that conversation with our regular creative parenting expert, Nikki Bush. Nikki, I'm loving this conversation today because it's teaching me things about myself and I'm looking back at my own journey. It's all about the long term, which a child's brain is not geared for long term. It's all about instant gratification. Why is it so important to develop that understanding of a long-term reward?
If you look at the changing world of work, Graham, we need to develop a culture of a consistent, constant love of learning, because as information becomes obsolete, as jobs die and new ones come to life, our children are going to have to be committed to lifelong learning forever. There's no such thing as finish matric and you've finished learning, finish a degree or a tertiary qualification and it's the end. It's just another beginning. And we're going to have to be on this treadmill of learning, so we might as well teach our children how to appreciate it and love it.
Enjoy that,
and
yeah.
I want to give parents a picture. You know that beautiful hotel in Dubai, that Burj Al Arab?
Yeah,
okay, that
yeah.
one that looks like a dhow in the middle of the ocean because it's on an island. You look at that and you see the beauty and magnificence of it, but what underpins it is all those piles that go underneath. Now that is where your love of learning sits. That's where character traits like perseverance and resourcefulness and resilience, those are what underpin what you see on the top. And that's what we have to be really investing in with our children, the stuff other people can't actually see.
See, that's the rock bed of their personalities as coming out as well, which I think we often miss the meaning. We want the end result, we want marks so they can get into varsity.
You want the pretty picture, you want the matric, you want all that stuff, but it's not all about that stuff.
There's a journey of self-discovery through that learning process. How do we make that more meaningful?
So once again, it's about celebrating your child's unique kind of mind. How do they process information? How do they store information? How do they retrieve it when they need it? How do they solve problems? Are we observing that? Are we celebrating that? Are we seeing the beauty in that unique way of operating in the world? And are we helping our children to take those unique passions and talents and strengths and apply that to their learning, to their subjects, to what they're ultimately maybe going to choose to do in life? Are we teaching them a joy of reading and research, because those are the portals to accessing knowledge and information. And of course today we can do that just in time, but reading is a skill that develops over time. You don't just suddenly learn to read, and that's really worth investing in. Teaching them to delight in everyday learning and in achieving little short-term goals, because those short-term successes and short-term goals achieved, that's how we build long-term success.
And then they'll get to experience those successes, and there's no lesson greater than the actual self-experience, the doing of it. Yeah.
So experiential learning is as important, or in fact more important, than that book learning. How can they take information, manipulate it, and use it in exciting and interesting ways? And that's what's going to help them to succeed in the future world of work.
Now, those are the stories you're going to be telling your mates for the rest of your life. Any last advice to leave us with? I mean, we've had some absolute gems through this discussion, but anything that you want to depart with?
Rome was not built in a day. Learning and child development takes time. Don't expect your child to be at the top of the heap immediately. For some children, it'll happen quickly. For most children, it happens very slowly. And that's why we need to keep up that support and that celebration of who they are, not just what they do along the path.
So just like my Latin pass mark, Rome wasn't built in a day. Nikki, you actually deserve a high five for that one. I am loving this journey of self-discovery that parents get to go on, and that's ultimately what it's about. Don't stop learning yourself, because that's how you're going to teach your child to continue learning themselves. And what a wonderful process that is.